We should be finally live on YouTube. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? How are you all doing today? I apologize again for the late start. I'm really going to try to make some changes to start things on time. And if you're here for the first time, or you haven't been here in a while, or even if you've been following me for quite some time, I'm going to announce some important changes here regarding my content, primarily on YouTube, at the beginning of this show. So you're going to want to stick around for that. It's all good, positive stuff. Is that you, Queen? The Queen is here. You're good. Thank you, Queen. Sorry for the late start. I apologize. So like I just said, I'm going to be announcing some minor changes, or maybe major changes, however you want to see it. But this is something I should have done a while ago. And I think it's going to be the best thing for my content moving forward, my content strategy, that is. You know, what most people don't realize is that I'm also a business coach, just not a personal coach. I have a lot of experience in, running businesses, whether it's for somebody else or starting my own. And I have a lot of different strategies that can give you the best shot of being successful at your business. And if certain things that you're trying to move the needle forward aren't working, there are other things you can do. You can make slight adjustments. And I can help you recognize what adjustments need to be made. So if you need help, even on the business aspect or aspects of things, I can help you with that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day out here in Redwood City, California. Back on the SF Bay Trail. And why don't I just get right to these changes here right now. Let's just get right to it before we get to the topic. And then that way, the people that are here for the topic that are maybe running a little bit late will be able to make it. If not, you can catch it all on the replay. That's why there's a replay. It's been very windy. Not only here in Redwood City, California, where I live, but also all around the San Francisco Bay Area. It's another windy day. Last night I could hear the wind howling, even with my windows closed. It's been a while since I closed my windows because, we had like an Indian summer. We typically have those here in the Bay Area most summers, right? We had some 90 plus and 100 degree plus weather, and kind of makes your place stuffy. So I typically will leave the windows open, even a little crack, just let some air in. But last night it was like it was almost like a tornado was hitting the Bay Area, Redwood City. I mean, it didn't hit us, and we don't get that around here, but it sounded like that. Unfortunately, the power didn't go off, so that's good. That's excellent. But thank you for putting the topic in the chat, Queen. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let me just get to these changes that are effective immediately. I did a stream yesterday from Red Morton Park. And, I talked about some interesting things. It was the 150th Walking with Purpose live episode special. And I got a lot of feedback on that. And most of the feedback I got was, what's going on, Eli? You weren't being your usual perky self. Well, I have those days too, folks. Even as a coach, you go through those days. I keep saying this, I'll say it again. Just because I'm a coach doesn't mean I'm perfect, doesn't mean I always get it right. I just have a lot more experience than the average everyday person. And I'm good at learning things, and I'm good at speaking. And so I can present the material that I've learned on top of sharing my personal experiences in ways that many other people struggle to share it because, for one of many reasons. Maybe you fear the camera and the microphone. Maybe you're a little shy. Maybe your public speaking skills aren't that great. I can even help you work through that. I've helped many people over the years out here on YouTube brush up on their public speaking skills. And now you can't shut them up, which is good. That's the point. That's the whole point. So yesterday, I was having one of those moments, I've just been looking at my numbers on YouTube. My views have gone down. And, some of my revenue streams, I no longer have those revenue streams. And, I always put myself in a position where I have reserve to make it through these times. I typically will go through this like once per year. It seems like this has been happening about once per year since I've been doing this coaching thing. And that's okay. I'm kind of used to it, right? And while many of you were thinking I was panicking and stuff, I wasn't really panicking. I was just making you folks aware of, where I'm at and what I'm doing. And, I had some thinking to do regarding the future of my content, my coaching business, my YouTube channel, or anywhere else I put content out on social media, including Facebook, D Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, or anywhere else. Shit, I may even start using Instagram. I've heard a lot of people have had success using Instagram. The thing I don't like about Instagram is it's like a popularity contest out there. But hey, maybe I need to start using that as well. I've tried using it before. It's not really good at sharing videos and video links and stuff like that. Instagram is pretty good at sharing pictures. So I have to figure out how I can market myself out there. But one of the changes I'm going to be making, Queen says, I post random stuff on IG. Okay, cool. Have you had any issues, Queen, on Instagram with the stuff you posted, or have they been pretty cool to you for the most part? Just kind of wondering. Thanks in advance. Queen says, no, that's good. Good. All right, good. Good to hear that. So one of the changes I'm going to be making is that I'm not going to be doing in-studio live streams as often. And the live streams I do from the studio, not these walks, the ones from the studio in high quality, are going to be limited to bringing on people that I trust on a panel where we can discuss certain issues. I'm beginning to notice that I'm spending a lot of time doing live streams and presenting a lot of good content, sometimes multiple pieces of content on one stream. And they all get lost in the shuffle because even though they're beneficial to people and people would watch them, when you put them all on the live stream and you title the live stream just one of those 5 aspects that you share, you might get a few people popping on, but then they'll see it's a 3-hour stream or 2-hour stream, and then you're engaged in the chat, and you're not getting people the information as quickly as possible. There are people, most people want to click on a video and get the information and not have to deal with speaking with a chat back and forth. And if you put, a certain topic in the title, they expect that entire video to be about that topic. And they're right. They're absolutely right. I've been making that mistake for quite a while. And I knew it. It's just that I was trying some different things to rebuild my audience when I went down this route about a year ago. So what's going to happen is, effective immediately, all of those Reddit articles and all the commentary videos I do regarding some great topics that can help people are not going to be in live stream format. I'm going to be doing them in pre-recorded format from the studio. So it'll look the same. The quality will be the same, 1080p at 60 frames per second. And I'll have the nice backgrounds. And it'll be pretty much the same setup as my live streams, but without the live chat. And it will not be broadcasted live. I will be recording it locally from OBS, which is open broadcast software that I use to stream. You can actually just record locally and not live. And then uploading that content to YouTube as a pre-recorded video. Now, another thing. None of these videos that I make will be any longer than 35 minutes. Now, if I go 36, 37, come on, don't be that critical, right? But none of these videos will be longer or much longer than 35 minutes. And if it's a topic that requires me to go into greater detail, there's lots of information to share, and it takes an hour or an hour and a half to talk about the topic, I will break it up into bite-sized sessions or sections, or I will split up the video into 3 videos or 2 videos. So if there's 60 minutes of content, I'll break it up 30-30 or as close to down the middle as possible and do a part 1 and part 2. I've noticed a lot of creators out there doing this on similar channels, on similar content as mine, and it's worked quite well for them, right? Because people anticipate coming back for the part 2. I want to create some more anticipation, but I also want people to be able to consume this information as quickly as possible and uninterrupted, meaning that there's no live chat there that's going to get me to stray away from the actual content, such as, okay, I may be talking about, the divorce rate, right? And then all of a sudden, American Dream walks in. American Dream! 6.2's in the house, right? With the $1 or $2 or $10 super chat, right? People that are trying to consume the content that they're looking for, they want to get it all in one shot, and that's what I want to give you folks. I should have done this a long time ago. I was going to take clips from my from my live streams and re-upload, pre-recorded videos based off of that. And I did that for a little while, but that was just too much work, and it really wasn't working out. And it's like putting out double content. I don't want to do that. I want to keep things fresh. So I'm going to be starting tonight while the Giants are playing the Dodgers in Game 4 in Dodger Stadium. I'm going to be recording a pre-recorded video. It's going to be on why the divorce rate's so high, and the amount of material I have. It's going to probably take about an hour to go through, so I'm going to break it down into 2 videos. And part 1 will be released later tonight, and part 2 will be released tomorrow. And see, folks, that's what you call batch recording. I want to start doing more of that. Sitting down and recording maybe 4 or 5 videos, in about a 4-hour period, and then releasing them a day apart. I'm going to try to get all my recording done in 1 or 2 days, and then the rest of the days, I can relax, right? I'm trying to manage my time better as well. Now, what does that mean for these Walking with Purpose streams? These will continue every day, if not almost every day. These Walking with Purpose live edition streams are going to be streams where I engage with you, my audience, anyone new here, my moderators, or anyone that comes in the chat. I'll be here to engage with you folks, answer any questions, and we're going to be discussing more current event type of topics and stuff like that. But I may throw in, you know, an actual topic as well, or may even do a lead into one of my pre-recorded videos as well. But these mobile live streams are going to be more community-based for people that have known me for a while. And new people are welcome. I mean, I want new people to be a part of this and to start engaging with the live streams. But typically, a lot of people won't engage with the live streams in the chat until they feel comfortable. They've been around for a while, they've been watching for a while, and they feel it'll be a good place for them to participate. I totally understand that. Totally get that. Now, these mobile live streams, I'm going to try to do them more so in the morning / early afternoon. Now, for me right now, it is early afternoon. You know, it's probably around 2:30 p.m. Pacific, the time this is happening live, but it's 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It's already evening time for you folks. So I'm going to try to get these streams on a schedule, these Walking with Purpose streams on a schedule, to the point of where I do them I start them no later than 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 2 p.m. Pacific, and that's, sorry, which is 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And that's early afternoon for you folks on the East Coast before prime time hits. Another thing I'm trying to figure out and get better at is timing these streams and videos. Queen, what kind of bird is that? Do you see that? It's just standing there, just hanging out. Can you see it, Queen? That is awesome. It's not going anywhere. Got some people coming behind me on the trail. They're still about maybe a quarter mile back, but they're probably going to pass me. I can't see it too far away. Queen, let me try to get closer. Can you see that, Queen? Is that close enough, Queen? If I get any closer, that thing's going to freak out. All right, let's continue. Now, these mobile live streams, excuse me. Good afternoon, Eli, says Lewis. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing, brother? Hey, came back and now moved over here. I think it likes me. I think it wants to hang out. There it is again. I'm going to pull over here and let these people pass because they're walking pretty quickly. Take a little bit of a break, no hurry. Now, these mobile live streams are going to be at a different I'm going to try to do them at a different location every day. And I'm going to try to do these streams from locations that are beautiful like this. And I may even get to the point of where, you know, I may do a little driving in the morning to different cities all over the Bay Area and do a live stream from there and a walk from there. That's where I want to get this. But I'm just letting you folks know that these live streams from mobile are going to be at different locations. There's no primary location for any of these, and there never really has been. I mean, I used to use Red Morton Park as a primary location, but that is not even a primary location anymore. And there's a lot of construction going on out there. There's just been a lot of construction and distractions out there lately. and I just feel it's not the best place to do streams from. I may do an occasional stream from Red Morton Park still, but it's like my last resort now. Let me see here. Lewis Fuller says, hi, Queen. Lewis, I just gave you a like, and you're doing great today. That's good to hear, Lewis. That's great to hear, brother. Excuse me. Damn allergies. My allergies are getting better because the allergy season is ending, but they're still here, so it's all good. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, you're gonna want to go back, check out the replay, because you can't rewind at the DVR turned off on my live streams. The rewind capabilities while I'm live, they're turned off, so I want you folks here engaging while I'm live. But go back and check out, where my content is headed. One more thing, I forgot to mention one more thing. And I'm gonna try this out. I think this may do well, but who knows? I'm probably gonna start recording like nightly bedtime videos in 4K at 60 frames per second from my phone, and my camera. They're gonna be short videos, probably 10 to 15 minutes long. Maybe I'll call them, Good Night with Coach Eli or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna start it tonight. I may do that tomorrow or starting next week. But what I want to try to do is give you folks 3 pieces of content Monday Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursdays at least, depending on what's going on the weekends. At least 4 days out of the week, I want to give you guys 3 pieces of content. A live stream in the morning on a walk / early afternoon on the East Coast. I want to do a pre-recorded video that will be released more so in the early evening. And then late at night, which is probably going to be around 10 or 11 Pacific or 1 or 2 a.m. Eastern, I'll be releasing the Good Night video. Now those Good Night videos, final thoughts of the day or whatever I call it, it'll still be pertinent the next morning. Some of that content may be motivational, some of it may just be my thoughts regarding how the day went. I want it to be kind of like more like a vlogging or blogging experience. So I want to give you folks, different types of content on here that all relate to life's principles. I want to be there for you morning, noon, and night as much as possible. Now, obviously, this is not something that I'm going to be able to sustain every single day for the rest of my life. But like I said, I want to try to get on the routine at least Mondays through Thursdays, where I give you folks 3 pieces of content. 1 live stream in the morning, mobile, a pre-recorded piece of content regarding, some dating topics and stuff like that. Or they can even be business topics. I'm a business coach too. If you folks suggest some business topics, I can do those as well, pre-recorded from the studio. And then at night, I'll record a pre-recorded video from my iPhone 12 Pro Max in 4K at 60 frames per second and upload it right then and there. And it's a video that I will probably release fairly quickly after I upload it, even though it takes a bit of time to process 4K. At least a 1080p 60 version will process within the first hour. I may even try to release that video right away once it's done processing, even though it'll only be at 360p. I want to crank out these videos faster, and I want to let you folks know that if I release those videos at night, right after they're done processing. They may not be in the best video quality, you'll still be able to see it, but they will be in great audio quality. So, just letting you folks know about that. And if you watch it that particular night in 360p lower quality, just know by the time you wake up, it'll be in 1080p 60, and throughout at some point during the next day it'll be in 4K 60 as well. And I really don't think people care that much about the difference in video quality as long as they can see you and hear you. But I want to do these videos in 4K 60 because the YouTube algorithm favors them, and it's just cool uploading at that resolution. So there you go, there you have it. I've been contemplating this since I got up this morning. Last night I was on a phone call with a special lady. She knows who she is, and she was asking me, you know, what did you mean by what you said on your show yesterday? And we ended up talking on the phone for about 2 hours. And so got up today, got right to it, figured things out, and yeah, trying something new. It's very windy. Can you folks hear me okay? Lots of wind, but nothing that this windscreen can't take care of. All right, folks, let's get to the topic here. Let me wait for this person to pass on by. All right, let's get this show on the road finally. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from beautiful Redwood City, California, the SF Bay Trail in Redwood City. This is episode number 151, 151 of these. And the topic is live life for yourself, not someone else, and everything will fall into place. Live life for yourself, not someone else, and everything will fall into place. Now, guys, I'm going to share a big secret here, which really shouldn't be a secret, but we'll call it that, regarding attracting your woman and keeping her attracted. If you're dating someone, right, whenever you first meet them, it's the most exciting, right? Because it's something that's new, right? There's a lot of uncharted territory, right? Lots to explore, right? But after a while that you've been together, you pretty much figure everything out about each other for the most part. You've experienced a lot, right? And in many cases, you know, after a couple, 2-3 months in a relationship, in a new relationship, they're either going to go one of two ways. They're going to continue moving forward, and the woman that you're with, if you've done everything right as a man, right? You're not pushy, you're not needy, you're cool, calm, and collective. You focus on your purpose. You make your purpose your number one priority, not the woman. You make your purpose as a man, which is your job or whatever you enjoy doing for yourself, your number one priority, not your woman. Now, doesn't mean you don't prioritize your woman. You do, right? This is more of a psychological thing, because women are attracted to a man's purpose. And if you make the woman your purpose, like I've said before, that's the quickest way to repel your woman. Your woman already has her own purpose. right? She's got her own thing going on. She doesn't need you. She doesn't need you to use her as your purpose, because that comes off weak, needy, desperate, insecure. That makes you come off like you're dependent on her to live life and to feel like you're worthy of something, right? That's unattractive to women, right? But women work differently, right? Women work a little differently because they're emotional beings, right? So how do you keep your woman attracted to you after the honeymoon period ends? Number one, you don't push her to get in the relationship. You let the woman bring up the relationship at the 2 or 3 month period. If you've done everything right, you're cool, calm, and collective, and like I said, you're not needy or desperate or anything like that, the woman will say, we've been together for almost 3 months now. Where do you see this going? As a guy, how do I answer that? I know what they mean by that because I've been down this road and I'm older. But to you young guys, listen up. When she's saying that, what she's asking you is, are you ready for a commitment, right? But when she says that, you don't come back and say, well, we've been together 3 months, let's commit to each other. You don't say that. This is what you say. You tell her this. You tell her, look, I enjoy what we have. I love spending time with you. You're hot, sexy. We have great conversations. We get along well. We talk regularly. I really like the way things are. I would prefer to not change a thing. I think it sounds great, right? And in theory, she wants the same thing. But she wants that set in stone. She wants the title, right? Because in essence, even if, you put the title relationship, right? Now we're official, right? And now we're going steady like they used to say back in the days, right? Women want that title. It's a reassurance thing, right? Women love that shit, right? And I'm not saying that us guys don't want that either, but you get to a certain age, and to be quite frankly, and the woman that's watching this right now, ma'am, I know you're not going to like this, but you get older and titles don't mean shit. To you ladies, they mean everything. I get it. It's all good. I understand that, right? That's the difference between men and women, right? But let her bring it up. She might come back and say, well, I feel the same way. I like the way things are going, but I want to make sure they keep going that way, right? Right? They're not going to come out and just, throw the commitment in your face. They want to try to get you to throw it out there, right? So the woman will come back and say, well, I want to make sure this continues going this way. How do you think we do that? And I know exactly what she would mean when she would say that, right? She wants me to say, she would want me to vomit my feelings onto her and say, I love you, profess my love to you, let's be together forever till time ends. Let's walk through the threshold of love, right? All that yada, yada, yada stuff, right? All the stuff you see in the movies that you grew up with. That as a man, we used to do that shit in our younger days, and next thing you know, we get dumped, right? Because nowadays that shit's considered really sappy, right? But when a woman really likes you, she wants a little sap, but don't give her too much, right? Say this, say, look. Say, well, babe, you know what? I'm not one that puts pressure on anything. What do you have in mind, babe? Go back to her and say, what do you have in mind regarding what you just said? You want to make sure it keeps going on this way because I like the way it's going. I don't plan on changing anything, right? You got to play dumb, right? And they're going to play dumb with you too because this is now becoming a game of who spills their guts about how they truly feel and, oh, we're in love and this and that, right? Right? As I've gotten into my 40s, when that moment has come in my past relationships, I already knew what was going on because I'd been through it. Plus, I'd followed other coaches, and they talked about it, and I talk about it. Right? It's that moment of truth, right? They might say, "Well, would you consider making this official? Well, sure, babe. If that's what you want, I'm good. I'm good either way. Either way, official or not, title or not, I enjoy your company. And I want this to keep moving forward. If you feel the same way, oh, I do, babe. So does that mean we're official? If you say so, babe, we're good. Yeah, it's all good, right? You got to play it that way. Why? Because the moment you give in and you fully blurt out your feelings to a woman and you vomit and you become, all sucked in, right? You become little PW, I call it, it's called being pussy whipped, right? The moment you become pussy whipped, I mean, she may like it for that moment, but if you continue down that path, trust me, her feelings will start to change, right? Women need to wonder about you. They need to wonder about what are you doing when you're not with them. And they also respect the man that's more focused on their purpose than them. It doesn't mean we're not focused on the woman. It means that our purpose is not them. Okay? Women are a great complement to a man's life, and a man's a great complement to a woman's life. But a man's purpose is not his woman, and a woman's purpose should not be her man. Although it's more understood when women latch on to men and make them their purpose because they're emotional beings. But even though it's more understood, it's not a healthy way to look at a relationship. That's the truth. And as I've gotten older, especially in my late to early 40s, I have always prioritized my purpose over anything else, including women. And let me tell you something. Women are very convincing. Sometimes you've got things going on in your business, and it's absolutely necessary that you take a few days and focus on it because it could affect the future of your business if you don't. And if you let your business slide, this is what you got to try to tell your women or your woman, right? If she's not understanding, you need some time to focus on your purpose. You got to tell her, look, babe, do you like those nice dinners we go to? Do you like those nice hotel rooms, those nice drives? If you enjoy that, babe, give me a couple days, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to figure out the future of my business so I can be sure 6 months or a year from now I still have enough income not only to pay my bills, but to do the things we've been doing, right? And some women will come back and say, well, I can pay and I can contribute and do this. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm not saying I don't believe that, but this is the one thing that a lot of women they don't understand these situations. Women love to chase. They love wondering where they stand with their man. And you can tell that everything is good, right? But if you focus more on your purpose, which is what you should do, even if you tell them everything's great, and it is great, they're still going to wonder, wow, he's really focused on what he does, and I love what he does. I really wish I could be with him right now. But yeah, I respect him and I miss him, right? The more a woman misses you, and she says it, the more she's into you, right? You got to allow women the time and space to wonder about you and miss you. And how do you do that? You focus on your purpose. And sometimes, whether you have a woman in your life or not, give me a second here, some people passing by. This all of a sudden dried up over the last couple of days. Sometimes, whether you have a woman or not, you need to focus a little more on your purpose. If you're running your own business, you need to focus on it if you're at a crucial point and the future of your business and your income depends on it, right? In essence, what I'm trying to tell you guys out there is to just be yourself and be respectful to your lady and communicate with her. But never, ever, 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 ever put your purpose as a man beneath a woman. Or it should be above. There, I said it the right way. You never, ever, ever place your purpose below a woman. It should always be above your woman, because women respect men that have a purpose. And if you don't have a purpose, or like I said earlier, you make them your purpose, you make the woman your purpose, you're on the road to getting dumped, my friend, brother, my brothers in crime that want to find good women out there to have a life with, right? I got somebody else coming down. I'm going to wait, and then I have the observation deck all to myself. I don't chase after nobody. Well, Queen, like I mentioned in the previous stream, you've gone WGTOW. You're a woman going your own way. You have retired from men permanently, Queen. I pay attention. I've never forgotten that. I mean, that's. I'm sorry to say it. That's. I feel bad for you, and you know, it's a sad thing. I'm not saying that in the rude way, but you made a choice. No one's forcing you to do that. You're choosing to do that. And if that's the way you want to live your life, that's totally up to you. This may sound rude, but I'm saying this figuratively, maybe literally, right? I'm sorry, I like vagina, and I'm not willing to give up vagina yet. At least not yet. I'm 47, almost 48. And when I say that, ladies, it's a joke. There's a lot more to it than your vaginas, okay? It's partially about that and the romance and the intimacy, but it's the conversation, the emotional bond, you know, the mentally stimulating conversations, like I was saying, you know, mental stimulation is important to me, communication, right? It's about companionship, right? It's not all about sex, but that has to be there too. The winds have died down a little bit since last night. It's still a bit windy. It's not as windy as it was out here the other day when I did a stream. And it's not as windy as it was last night, I'll tell you that. It was extremely windy last night. I have to check the weather report, but it seemed like we had gusts up to 50 or 60 miles an hour, maybe greater than that. And that's pretty high for the Bay Area. It's high enough to knock out power lines and stuff, but fortunately, as far as I know, at least power didn't go out in my area. As far as I know, there weren't any major power outages last night. Such a beautiful day. The outside temperature on my car read 65 degrees when I got out of my car. And folks, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about the future of my content today. Even as a business professional, as a coach, I have my moments. I'm a human being. I want you folks to know I'm never going to sugarcoat anything with you folks. I'm always going to share what I'm going through at the same time as trying to help you work through what you're going through, right? There aren't a lot of coaches that do that. Most of them don't, because they fear that, you know, you're going to lose respect for them, or it's going to bring less value to their business, or you're not going to be able to trust them as much because you're going to say, oh, this guy's a coach, this guy F's up more than anyone. Well, everybody screws up. Everybody messes up, right? Doesn't matter what we do. Some of the smartest professionals on the planet, like doctors, nurses, therapists, everybody, no matter how professional they are, everybody screws up at one point or another. No one's perfect. For me, I've always respected people, regardless of the career that they're in. I've always respected people that shared their story and talked about their mistakes. But like I said, most people don't do that. They don't do that because they fear they're going to lose clients, customers, respect, trust, all that, right? I think one of the best ways to gain someone's trust is to be completely real with them. That's why I never sugarcoat anything. I don't know who's still here right now, but you tell me. Could you sit out here for hours just staring at this Queen Helen Casey, Lewis Fuller? It's absolutely beautiful. I never get tired coming out here. Queen says, I am here. No one is perfect, says Lewis Fuller. Yes, it is true we make mistakes. You're right, Lewis. Just shared your stream out. That was earlier. Thank you for that, Lewis. Or maybe that was just a few minutes ago. 3:02 p.m. Gary's good. Hey, Gary. Hey there, Eli, flying home. Finally, good to see you. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Remember Gary, Queen? How's it going, brother? What's been going on, man? It's really nice to see you here. Hey, Gary, if you get a chance, man, I know you're pretty busy, but if you get a chance, go back and watch at least the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes of this replay. I kind of shared how my content's going to be changing up a little bit. These live streams will still be happening, but the in-studio streams, along with some other content that I'm going to be creating, is involving some changes that I'm making effective immediately. And they're not bad changes. They're better changes that are going to give people like you and others that consume the content an easier, more digestible way to consume it, you know? But it's nice to see you here, dude. And, you know, I don't even want to leave this deck. I kind of, to be honest with you folks, I kind of just want to sit down on this bench for the next 2 hours and not say a word. And I would probably be at more peace than I've been ever before. So it's really nice when there's nobody else around on this observation deck. That's why I'm going to try to do these streams, like I said, more so in the morning, the Walking with Purpose streams, because it's just a lot nicer and easier when there aren't as many people around, to the point of where, you know, I can speak as loud as I want, and I can personally enjoy having my own space. I mean, I love being around people. Don't get me wrong. I'm a people person. I love people. But I also enjoy my alone time. And right now, even though you folks are here live, I'm here alone in person, and it's beautiful. This is an amazing feeling. I will do that today. I look forward to it. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, Queen. That is why I love traveling. It is very solitary and calm. Yeah, you're right, man. You travel by yourself, Gary? Gary, if it's not too personal, are you married, or are you a single guy? Do you have any kids or anything? I don't know. You don't have to say too much, but I'm just, you know, I like to get to know people, and you know, the more that you know without, you know, doxing you. We don't dox people here. You know, the more you can relate to them, and the more you can focus some of your content on them, you know. So I pretty much went through the topic. I'm going to take the second part of the show. And part of these walking streams, like I said, are going to be current events, or are going to be my opinions regarding current things happening. And for the rest of this stream, I want to talk about a video I saw earlier today on another channel I've been following for a while, and I haven't been really too fond of this creator for the last 6 months or so, maybe longer. Used to really like him. His name is called Tim Pool. He's an American journalist. I think he's like almost in his mid-30s. He's a millennial, and he used to be more on the left, but after the 2016 election, season, he voted for Trump, and he's become a big Trump supporter. And this guy's anti-Joe Biden, and it's just, Queen, I'm sure you would like this guy, Tim Pool. I'm sure you know who he is, right? But here's the thing. For me, I'm a realistic guy. I'm a very honest and realistic guy. And when I share my viewpoints, I share them from a neutral standpoint. Yes, I am a slight left liberal, but I'm not extreme one way or another. I'm more down the middle. I am a registered Democrat, but I do like some views from the left and the right, and I also can't stand some views from the left and the right, more so views that are extreme one way or the other, right? And like I've always said, and I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today, I really wish we would throw out the entire political party system. I think it's a bunch of crap. I think it's a waste of time. I think we spend more time fighting, blue versus red, elephant versus donkey, left versus right, Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative. How many ways can you say it? We spend more time fighting than uniting and working together to create better good for the entire country that we call the United States of America, right? We call it the United States of America, right? No, I don't know who he is. I am politically ambiguous. Okay. Single, I have no kids, enjoying life. That's good, bro. Good for you, man. Good for you. And you can change it anytime, bro. You can change that anytime. It's never too late. If you're happy the way you are, that's all that matters, man. So, Tim Pool put out a video, and he was saying that Joe Biden's presidential rating is at a record all-time low. Now, there may be some truth to that, because I have been seeing Joe Biden's, what do you call it? I just forgot the verbiage. His approval rating is at an all-time low. There may be some truth to that. I've seen it, go down a lot lately. But I have my own opinion about why I feel it's going down compared to what the, so to speak, conservatives are more so Trump supporters, alt-right people, which I don't consider real conservatives, but that's also my opinion, right? I have my opinion that completely differs and is the complete opposite of what these Trump supporters are putting out there, right? And I guess a report came out in September that a ton of people quit their job. Lots of people quit their jobs, right? And Tim Pool was reading the reason why these people quit their jobs is because, I forgot exactly what he said. It was like, I can't remember what it was. It was a legit reason, and I can't remember what it was. But Tim Pool was saying that because of the job market declining and all that, or people quitting, and because of the food shortage and all that, that's what it is. It's causing a food shortage with the food service workers. That's affecting Joe Biden's you know, approval rating. Maybe partially true. I don't really think that's what it is. I'm going to tell you folks again, like I shared yesterday, I'll share again what I feel is affecting Joe Biden's approval rating. I'll tell you what it is. I think that Donald J. Trump is heavily involved in doing whatever he can to destroy Joe Biden as a public figure, especially as the president. And I think that, I don't know if Trump is underground under different accounts or is having other people speaking for him underground with these Trump supporters. But it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that all of a sudden Joe Biden hits the all-time lowest approval rating in approval rating history, when Joe Biden has done more than any other president would have done to protect people from one of the deadliest viruses in our time, right? See, what's happening here, folks, the truth, in my opinion, now I'm stating this as an opinion. I think this is more of the truth, but hey, I'm going to call it an opinion, because until you prove it, until there's proof, everything we say about this is an opinion, right? I think what's happening is those numbers are skewed because of the people that are being polled. If you're going to poll the majority of people that are Trump supporters as an approval rating, you're not going to get an accurate approval rating. Another thing I've noticed since I've been out here on social media and YouTube, what people are the most active on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. The most active people on social media are Trump supporters and the alt-right. I'm not even talking about actual conservatives, right? Now, some of you that are Trump supporters and technically more on the alt-right are registered Republicans, but you really aren't Republicans, in my opinion. You're alt-right, you're way out there, in my opinion. You're Trump supporters. You're like Chris Cuomo used to call you folks, you're re-Trumplicans, right? Re-Trumplicans, right? I'm going to make a guess out here and say that I have a feeling that Donald J. Trump, ever since he lost the election, has been underground, working with the people that support him in quiet ways and getting ready for 2024. And somehow, some way, Donald J. Trump is going to basically do to Joe Biden what he accused Joe Biden doing to him. This is just my opinion. This is my guess. Trump is going to try to steal the election. And he probably will in 2024 because he's planning it right now. In my opinion, what's happening right now with all these numbers that we're seeing is a part of that. It's all store-bought. It's skewed. Folks, when you have almost 60% of the country fully vaccinated, and there's a poll that comes out and says that the president that made that happen has the all-time lowest approval rating in history, there's an issue with that. Those numbers are skewed. They're skewed completely. There's no doubt about it. They're skewed. Future proves past. Well, we'll see what happens, Queen. And don't forget the yes, Queen, you're right. My job is economy proof. It doesn't matter to me much. That's good, Gary. Awesome. Yeah, Queen, I was going to get to that. Let me get to that now. So people are leaving jobs because they're being required to get vaccinated, which is the right thing to do. right? And then what's happening now in Texas, Queen? The governor has passed a law or something that does not allow companies to mandate being vaccinated. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't care how much scrutiny I get for this. In my opinion, I think they should mandate every living human being to get vaccinated, or you get arrested and you get put in solitary. Now, unless you have medical reasons, I know you have medical reasons, Queen, I can understand that. Unless you have allergies and medical reasons where the vaccine would more than likely have an adverse effect on you, a serious adverse effect, you're exempt. But that's it. Everyone else, in my opinion, should be mandated, as long as if you're breathing the air and you have no, no known side effects or anything, you should be required and mandated by law to take the vaccine. That's my opinion. I know we differ on that, Queen, and some other people, and I get that. I respect your opinions. I just disagree. This is what I'm going to do on some of these walks here. We're going to be talking about some political stuff, and we're going to be doing it respectfully, professionally, and maturely. And I'm going to speak of the truth, folks, or what I know to be the truth. I'll call it an opinion just because, until things are fully proven and things play out, that's all it is, an opinion, right? But again, it's just funny to me. It's funny to me that almost 60% of the U.S. is fully vaccinated, yet President Biden now has the lowest approval rating in history of any other president. And if you don't think that Donald J. Trump underground and his money and his, so to speak, power has anything to do with that, you're out of your damn mind. You're out of your damn mind. Trump is a very angry and bitter, insecure, immature, mentally and emotionally unstable man, in my opinion. He's butthurt. He's like a little baby that had his toy taken away. You don't think he's still doing things behind the scenes and getting ready to take over again in 2024 in any way that he has to take over in 2024 and ensure that Joe Biden doesn't get back in for a second term? The people who took the jabs, oh God, Queen, I don't know where you're getting that information. I'm not going to read that out for obvious reasons. I mean, Queen, I'll respect your opinion, but I disagree with that. But hey, in 3 to 5 years, I'll do a stream and debunk that. I mean, it's one thing to express things as opinion. It's another thing to express things as facts, right? What I do here is primarily sharing my opinions about things. I share my opinions. I share what I feel is going on. I also share what I feel would work to help people in their business and their dating world. Everything I put out here is an opinion, right? Some things may actually be facts, but I put out my opinion and allow you to interpret it however you want to interpret it, right? It's just a beautiful day. So yeah, maybe a lot of these people quit their jobs because they were required to get vaccinated. Unless you have a medical condition that makes you exempt from the vaccine, why wouldn't you do it? And I have to say this again. I'm looking at this trail here. I wonder when this is going to open, if the trail's going to revert. They're probably going to keep this trail, and they're going to probably divert the SF Bay Trail through here. I haven't shown this in a while, but I haven't really seen much progress in a while. I wonder if that's the actual fence or if they're going to actually put cement around it or something. Another thing, you know, talking about content creator Tim Pool, right? I think, because he used to be a liberal, I think, like I said this before, I'll say it again. I think he started producing more conservative-based content or alt-right Trump content because that has the biggest audience now. Again, it's really sad to me, and there's a reason why. I have my opinion why these numbers are so horrible, and I'll tell you why they're so skewed. Because here's the thing: like I said, the most active audience on the internet, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, right? The most active political audience is the alt-right, the Trump supporters, right? That's about 70 million people, right? There's what? A little over 300 million people here in the US, right? So that's nearly 21, 28. That's about a quarter of the people right there, right? And even though it's only 25% of the people, when the majority of that 25% is active, I will tell you, I'd say 75 to 80% of that 25% population that's in the alt-right or they're Trump supporters, they're very active on social media, they're very active in polls, right? So where's everybody else? Let's talk about myself. I'm a slight left liberal, right? I'm not an extremist, but yeah, I do support Joe Biden. I do support most of what he's done, not everything, but the majority of what he's done has been with the right intentions, right? And he is making progress. Why does it appear like he's not making progress? Because let me tell you the one thing about most liberals don't like. Because I primarily hang around with liberals. I hang around with conservatives too, real conservatives, not alt-right. But the one thing that most liberals and even the majority of real conservatives don't like is drama, right? So the liberals don't like drama, right? So when they see these polls or when they see all this smack talk, right, they ignore it and they don't participate on social media, they don't participate in polls. So how accurate are these numbers when you're not polling everybody, right? The only way to find out is, okay, let's have another mock election right now between Trump and Biden. Let's all go and vote tomorrow. Let's see how many people show up, and let's see who wins. And I bet you those numbers for Biden's approval rating would not be an all-time low. This is all fabricated, folks. This is BS. This is all a part of what Donald J. Trump is doing in the underground. Heck, why do you think he's still trying to... He tried to get a Florida federal judge, I believe, several weeks ago to force Twitter to reinstate his account. If Twitter reinstates that guy's account, we're done. You guys want to support someone out there that's a ticking time bomb, right? You're supporting the guy that is very, very trigger happy. Now that plane made a big, wide turn. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. I can see that plane. They're trying to control it because of the wind. Pilot keeps turning the wings left and right, keeping the plane as steady as possible for landing as they descend. He does have a, what is that? NGHT, night? I don't know what that is. The reason our people are leaving their job is because they believe in the Constitution, not the government. So let me ask you, Queen, friend to friend, just very respectfully, right? How in the world, how do you think the liberals are violating the Constitution? Specifically, what are we doing to violate the Constitution? Right? And another thing, if we're going to talk about the Constitution, how long ago was that written, and how much has this world changed since that point? Right? We need to make a ton of amendments and really change things to more so fit into this modern world we're living, because it's not like it used to be, right? And I'm not, listen, Queen, you know I respect you, I love you like a sister. I'm not here criticizing you or anybody. I'm just stating my opinions, right? A lot of the conservatives, more so the alt-right people, a lot of the conservatives that I believe are more alt-right Trump supporters are people that are living in the past, are living back in the days where they feel that women should have no rights, and, you know, it should be all about masculinity and men dominate women and this and that. And to a certain extent, you know, there has to be some dominance with men, but it doesn't have to be like it used to be back in the days, right? A lot of these alt-right people just don't want to move past, you know, pre-50s circa, right? Pre-1950s circa, right? You know, when did all this stuff start to change? Well, women were fighting for freedom, right? And there were, like, you know, many waves of feminism, right? Of the women's movement, right? But when did it really start? When did and when I do my divorce, you know, why is the divorce rate so high? Pre-recorded video in 2 parts later tonight. I'll release part 1 tonight, part 2 tomorrow. When did the divorce rate start really, really skyrocketing, right? It started going up big time in the 60s, right? Right? What happened in 64? The Civil Rights Act. Okay? No discrimination based on age, race, sex, national origin, and nowadays sexual orientation, right? What happened, I believe, was 1972, Queen. I think it was 72, the Equal Rights Amendment, right? Equal Rights Amendment, right? So you look after the 70s, the divorce rate started to even get worse, right? And now you're in the 90s and the 2000s, right? And the 2010s, right? And the 2020s, right? And it's astronomical. It's around 60%. And that's thanks to social media, dating apps, and things in life have become so much easier. It's become so easy to go astray that people are doing it. Nobody has to work for anything anymore. It's pretty much handed to you, right? So a lot of these people, in my opinion, the alt-right Trump supporters, in my opinion, I call them that, Gary says, I have to go, guys. Thanks for having me today. I will watch the replay on my next flight tomorrow. Have a great night, all. Take care, Gary. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know history too well. That's why I'm learning from different people every day. Well, Queen, just Google search it. You know, Equal Rights Amendment 72, I believe. Civil Rights Act 64. Queen, if you don't think that women being liberated hasn't been a big part of this, then I don't know where you've been. I mean, you know this stuff pretty well, right? If this is the stuff that you don't know as well, I would love to focus more on it. We can talk more about it on these walking streams. That's when we're going to be doing it. We can even do some panels from the studio down the road. Like I was saying, you know, just because I'm not going to do live streams from the studio at this time, when it comes to, you know, talking about content like this, I'm open to doing panel live streams, maybe once a week or once every couple weeks, and talking about stuff like this. Some of it I do know, but not all of it. No, that's cool, and that's great. And Queen, we all learn from each other. I've learned a lot from you, Queen. Listen, believe it or not, I follow your stuff. Queen, I follow more conservative content than liberal content. You know why? Because I'm curious to see, and I'm not saying the conservatives, or in my opinion, the alt-right people, always spin a different narrative on everything liberals do, but a lot of times they do. So I actually watch more conservative creators because I'm curious to see how they're going to respond to something and how they may potentially twist it. You know? It's a curiosity of mine, right? It's ended up being a really, really nice day. It's probably closer to 70 degrees right now. And I'm actually feeling okay right now. I'm feeling pretty loose. I'm just trying to loosen up the last bit of my sciatica, pinched nerve. It's just the last little bit has been lingering, and I've just been trying to rest up as much as possible. And that's why I've been doing the walks every day. Like I don't miss a walk. I went a time for a few weeks where I didn't do a walk because I was thinking to myself, maybe that'll just heal it up quicker. And no, it's the walking, and the doctors even recommend that too. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love being out here. Just imagine if you're a duck or a bird and you just want to get away. There's so much space out here to just have your own space. I think that's a duck over there. It's all on its own. I'm just chilling now. I'm going to go in the water. I'm going to test the water right now. Okay, it's not that cold. I'm stepping in the water now. Now it's going to get deeper. Now I'm going to start to float. Come on, buddy. You're still walking on water. You're reminding me of anybody. Well, if I could walk on water. I think I scared it. And if I could find some way to prove, if I could walk on water, would you believe in me? My love is true. Na 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 na. I think he starts off by saying, well, I'm no angel now. Yeah, you're no angel, Eddie Money, but your music was great. I don't think any of us are angels. Actually, I think Queen Helen Casey thinks she's an angel, right? Queen, do you think you're an angel? Come on, have some fun with me, Queen. Just waiting for this person to pop on by. Folks, please get those thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications. You know, I'm actually really excited about the way I'm going to be creating my content with the pre-recorded videos. I'm really looking forward to it. I know they're not going to get a lot of traction, at least initially. They'll probably get less traction in the live streams. Maybe they'll get 40 or 50 or 60 views each. But that's okay. It's going to be evergreen content in shorter, bite-sized form and consistent form with no interruptions of, you know, engaging a chat on a live stream. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also excited about just taking my iPhone 12 Pro Max and, you know, creating some quick pre-recorded videos. Before bedtime. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but maybe I'll call it, you know, I think I had a name earlier, but maybe I'll call it like Before Bedtime with Coach Eli or something like that. Bedtime thoughts. I don't know. I'll come up with some name. What I really want to create here, folks, I want to create a place for people to get the support they need, the mental and emotional support they need, especially emotional support they need throughout their days. I want to try to find different ways to get my content out there and people can consume it much easier. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there that do like the long form content, right? And again, I'm not saying I'm never going to do a long form live stream from the studio again. But those live streams from the studio, the long form ones, are probably going to be discussion panels or just me and the camera and I. Proper English, Eli. Put the object or the other person first, right? It'll be just the camera and I. And just discussing something and engaging the chat on it. But not actually getting into, you know, how do I explain this the right way? Getting into like reactionary type of content, like content I share from Reddit or from a blog or something like that. All that stuff needs to be put separate in one pre-recorded video, and it needs to be a straight shot from beginning to end. Stick to the point, no interruptions. So I just look forward to what the future's going to hold. And again, like I said, my views will probably go further down initially, but you know, if I continue to be consistent and put it out there, you know, more than likely that will turn at some point. That's how YouTube works. I need to get my average view duration up. That means I need to get more people watching my videos longer. The shorter they are, the better chance they're going to view it longer. The greater my average view duration is going to be and my average percentage viewed of the video is going to be. You know, there's a YouTube channel out here that I highly respect, even though they've been regurgitating a lot of stuff lately because there's only so much you can say the same thing year after year. Think Media, run by Sean Cannell. He's an amazing entrepreneur from Las Vegas, Nevada. And whenever he talks about, you know, what's the best way to trigger the YouTube algorithm and get things going, he says, on YouTube, minutes matter most. He's right, minutes matter most. That's why it's so much harder to penetrate the algorithm nowadays, because, if your content is that good, then people are going to view it longer, right? Back in the days, before they took watch time into consideration, as triggering the algorithm, basically all you had to do was be searchable, and just start getting some views. Now it's not even about views. Now let's say you have a video and you get 200-300 views on it, or 400 views on it the first hour. Does that mean you're on your way to going viral? No, you got to look at your average view duration and see how long each one of those views was watching your video for. YouTube don't like me very much because I tell the truth. Well, you know what I say, Queen? I'm not going to speak on your behalf. You can speak on your own behalf. Queen, what I say about myself is I speak the truth in my opinion. A lot of people, the funny thing with me, Queen, is I've triggered a lot of people out on this YouTube platform. Not you, we're friends. We and I are both mature. But I've triggered a lot of other conservatives or alt-right people, even people that are more down the middle, because whenever they ask me something, I say, or they criticize me of something, and they want me to admit to something that's not true, I say that's your opinion. Like, I don't even say, okay, that's not true. I say it's your opinion, and it is their opinion, right? Well, Eli, how come you don't want to talk? Are you afraid to share what's going on? No, I'm not afraid. I'm telling you how I honestly feel. It's your opinion. You think I'm that way. What am I going to do? Come out here and say you're wrong about what you're saying, and then get in an argument with you and create fake drama to get more people to tune in on these live streams? I've learned, Queen, one of the best things that you can say nowadays, when people are talking smack about you, that's not true, you say it's your opinion, right? Because in essence, okay, whether they're right or wrong doesn't matter. When you say that's your opinion, you're not admitting whether they're right or wrong, which in most cases they're wrong, but even if they're wrong, they want you to try to admit something, that isn't true, right? They want to get a reaction from you. And instead of getting the reaction from me, I flip it on them. I say, hey, it's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion, right? As I've learned in this life, Queen, the more humble you are with people, the more mature you are with people, and you just, don't force your thoughts and stuff on people, and you just share opinions, the easier life is, right? The less stressful life is. Back in the days, do you folks want me to go to the other side? Let me know if you want me to go to the other side. I feel like going to the other side. I have plenty of time. I'm probably going to do it. If you want me to go to the other side, put a 1 in the chat. Lewis, Queen, anybody there? If you want me to go to the other side, we can extend this another 10, 15 minutes. I'm just going to go to the other side regardless. It's not that busy right now. This is the perfect time to come out and do these walks. But I will probably be doing them even earlier, like I said, around 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. More than likely starting tomorrow. Love this seal. It's awesome. Dedicated to Carolyn and Ralph Nobles and the Friends of Redwood City, with deep gratitude for igniting the spark that saved these baylands for future generations. A thing is right when it tends to preserve the integrity, stability, and beauty of the biotic community. It is wrong when it tends otherwise. Aldo Leopold. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone. Henry David Thoreau. That is a beautiful saying. Listen to this, guys. And gals too, because we're all liberated nowadays, right? A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone. Henry David Thoreau. You know, my ex Dana used to have a shirt that said, "Let that shit go." And every time she would wear it once in a great while, it would crack me the hell up. And whenever she would wear that shirt, and back in those days, we were dealing with these trolls and haters on YouTube because she was on my former YouTube channel. And sometimes, you know, I would go on live stream panels with them from her house, right, while I was staying with her. I would go on and get triggered, and then she would point at that shirt. Let that shit go. And I will admit she was right. She was absolutely right. I'm a man that can admit when women are right. I don't judge when a woman is right or wrong based on the fact of her just being a woman alone. If she's right, she's right. If she's wrong, she's wrong. That's just one example there, right? A real man is going to be able to just let stupidity go, not let dumb shit affect his life, waste his time, throw him off his center, right? I'm one that thoroughly understands this because, folks, I've wasted so much time in my life, more so in my younger days. But I wasted so much time in my life, I'd say probably for the first 30 to 35 years of my life. And I'll be honest, there are times where I tried things that did waste my time, like the way I tried to grow this business and my YouTube channel, you know, in the past, you know, when I had my former channel, I used to run 5 years ago before shutting it down a couple years afterwards, and then I started this one almost 3 years ago. A real man lets things go that are hindering his progress and success. Oh my gosh, like I've never seen this here. I'm wearing my hiking boots, so I'm actually gonna go down here. I've never been down here before, but it's kind of muddy here, but that's why I'm wearing hiking boots. This is perfect. This is amazing. I can't believe I didn't even know this was here. Wow, what a spot. Can you folks see? Now the water obviously is a little bit dirty. Not really dirty, it's got like seaweed in it and all that kind of stuff, right? Salt water, etc. This is wonderful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the view from here. You tell me, Queen, is the view from this spot, and see the trail is over there, there's some woman walking over there in the electrical pole. The view from this spot is just, and then you look over there and you've got these beautiful homes, palm trees. Yes, we do have palm trees in California, in Redwood City. We do have the weather, just like you Floridians have. Yeah, the Floridians out there, they like to compete with us Californians, but listen, I'm not here to compete, but if we did, there's no competition, right? That's just a little friendly little thing. Don't take it out of context. But yeah, this is just amazing. I'll show you folks as I walk back up. You can see what I see here. Okay, you can see it's just beautiful. And I love doing these walking streams. That's why I think the way I'm doing things, or I'm going to be doing things now, are going to be much better all around. Nice bench here. Yeah, if you sit here on the bench, I'll show you. If you sit here on the bench, this is what you see. This is your perspective. You can just sit here. You can have lunch here, a couple snacks, whatever. Bring a date out here. Let me check out the chat here real quick before I get back up. Yes, it is, says Queen. That's why I'm going to find another platform to talk about certain things I can't put on YouTube. Yeah, and you know, Queen, listen, you know I have a lot of respect for you. And even the woman behind the scenes has a lot of respect for you too. And she likes it when you call me out too. It's because she's a woman, you're a woman, I get it, right? But yeah, Queen, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinions, and some things are moderated differently on other platforms. I mean, we've had to learn how to handle things. Now, I may agree with some of the things that you do, but I don't bash you for it. Like I respect the fact that you have the balls to come out and talk about these things. I respect men and women that you know, are able to come out and just, you know, voice their thoughts and opinions on things. But yeah, you know, you're experiencing something kind of like I am, but in a different way. I'm not getting removed off of YouTube. I'm just not getting the traction on YouTube. So I gotta try some new things. So I get it. I get it. And I think you'll probably notice, Queen, that when you do that, you're probably going to start to hit more of an audience that truly enjoys your content. You know, not everybody's like myself that I like to hear both sides of the spectrum, Queen. I like to hear everyone's opinions. I feel like everybody should have the right to share how they feel about things. The only thing I disagree with is, you know, people stating things as facts that aren't. And while that can be subjective too, Queen, you know, anything subjective in that nature is also subjective to being moderated by these platforms in the way they wish, and they have the full rights to do that, unfortunately. And so I get it. I get what you're doing. You know, and wherever you go, Queen, I'll follow you there because you got some interesting stuff. And Queen, there are many times where I agree with you. And this whole Newsom thing that's been happening with him wanting gender-neutral toy aisles, oh man, gender-neutral toy aisles. The left wants more censorship for YouTube. I wouldn't necessarily say that and I know I'm only slight left, Queen, so I'm going to look at it differently than the extreme left. But I wouldn't say they necessarily want more censorship. I think they just, I think what's happening is the left is being flooded by not even the right, the alt-right, the Trump supporters. I think what's happening is that the Trump supporters have such a big voice because these are the people that have a lot of time on their hands and anger and they they're very active on social media for one reason or another. You know, a lot of these people are single or they're lonely or, you know, they just, their life's not where they want it to be and they have a lot of time on their hands. So they come out on social media and they vent and they rant. And they just happen to be Trump supporters or on the alt-right, in my opinion. So all those people, I'll tell you, I met a lot of them, Queen. I met a lot of them. A lot of those people, a lot of those alt-right people that claim to be conservatives, I met a lot of them, and they were even trolling me on YouTube for a while. A lot of those MGTOW guys that went through a divorce. I was wondering where I was coming from. I heard something, and the guy just, I guess, was biking on by, and he had some talk show on. I don't get why people just won't wear headphones, whether they're biking or they're walking. Then you have to crank up your speaker so you can even barely hear it while you're biking because of the wind. And then people around you just hear it like it's super loud. But yeah, it's a lot of the alt-right people that the reason why the left's upset is because they're getting a lot more traction and attention, whether what they say is true or not, right? It's not about, you know, whether something is true or not. It's about they're getting a lot of attention because of their rants. And it's flooding out most of the left content or good, clean content like myself. Folks, please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. We are at 1 hour and 42 minutes. It's almost 4 o'clock right now. 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to go home and either make some dinner or maybe even go out and just grab something, or who knows. I may just DoorDash something. I've used DoorDash a few times, and I never wanted to have DoorDash delivered to my place, but because, you know, it can make you real lazy. So if I do it, I try to only do it once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. It's just real easy to do. I'd rather get out, go pick up food, etc. Gentleman, pretty good shape, probably maybe same age as me, a little older. Walked on up here, he's jogging through the trail. That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty windy up here. A guide to common birds of Bar Island. Waters and shorebirds, ducks and duck-like, and land birds. I gotta learn to better identify them. So yeah, that's what these white suckers are. Those are the great egret. Yeah, it's very, very windy. If I come over here, well, you could probably see. Look at the. Look how windy it is. My God. Let me just come over here for a second and show you folks the ripples, the waves in the water. You could probably hear a little bit of wind coming through, but you can still hear me. Like, it is super, super windy on this spot right here, or at this spot. I'm trying to keep a good grip on this. The last thing I want to do is drop this $1,400 smartphone. Jesus Christ. Do 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 do. All right, folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in right now. We're going to be wrapping this up in about 10 minutes or less. I'm on my way back out of the other side. Yeah, I may tomorrow. I may go to a location that I haven't been to in a while. I'll surprise you, folks. I've done some streams from there before, but like I said, I want to start to really change these walking streams up now that these are going to be my primary streams, and there'll be more pre-recorded content coming from the studio. Look at the beautiful rocks right here. This is just amazing. So I just love this trail. It's so close to home, yet it feels like you're so far away from all of the hustle and bustle and craziness, right? I wonder if you folks can hear the water. If I stay quiet for a second, if you can hear the water hitting the rocks. All right, let's head on out. I cook my own food, says Queen. That's good. Now it's the gas lawnmowers nobody is allowed to use in California. So wait a minute, Queen. Are you telling me that Newsom is in progress of passing this law? No more gas lawnmowers? You have to use electric lawnmowers? Wow. Well, you know, I think they're really trying to save the environment, right, from being more polluted. He is your governor, not mine. No, I know, Queen. You know, Queen, I've never agreed with everything that Newsom did or has done. I mean, he's done a lot of good, but he's always been kind of like a pretty boy. He's always been about doing things that make him popular. But what you know, what politician doesn't do that, Queen? I mean, you know, everybody makes it a popularity contest because, unfortunately, nowadays that's what it takes to get their vote, right? That's why, you know, I can't stand, you know, politics in general, whether it's with our government or politics in the corporate world. That's why I love working for myself, because I'm going to be true to myself always. When I worked in the corporate world, I had to do shit I didn't like to keep my job, you know? And it sucks because sometimes I had to let go of some people that didn't deserve to get let go so I could keep my job. And instead of, you know, the higher up manager firing them, they would make me fire them, right? It sucks. Just the way it is. It's life. Actually, Gruesome Newsom wants people to use the old-fashioned lawnmowers that you push. Oh, you're talking the ones that have no motor at all, gas or electric. You're saying, you know, Queen, that's funny. It's funny you say that. My grandpa, on my father's side, when he was around, he used to have one of those, right? And we used to, you know, my brother and I and my cousin, who's my aunt's daughter, my father's sister, and my father's daughter, right? we used to mow the lawn, right? We used to, go to Grandma and Grandpa's place and mow the lawn, and my aunt's place was right next door, so we'd mow her lawn too. And then where my family grew up, the house we originally were living in, until we moved later on, was right around the corner, so we'd go mow that lawn too with the manual lawnmower. And then my grandpa, he's like, I'm going to get, he barely spoke any English, but he would say in Greek, I'm going to get a nice gas lawnmower and we're going to be able to mow the grass easier and all that, right? And I can't remember. I think he went to Sears and got a Craftsman or something like that, right? My grandpa loved Sears, right? The Sears was a great place to get that shit. Sears used to be the best place for everything. They just couldn't keep up with the modern times, right? And yeah, you pour some gas in this thing. You could smell the gas, right? It was a manly thing. And then you would pull the, I forgot what you'd call that thing. There was the choke, but then there was the pull cord to start. It was a pull start engine, right? So you pull, and if it wouldn't start, you get a little bit triggered. I remember one time I was pulling so hard it wouldn't start, I ripped the frickin' cord. And my grandpa got pissed off. And he had to call the Sears repairman to come out and fix it. And that's not under warranty. And I even think back in those days, that was a $50 or $100 fix. Because it's not even about the part or anything. Or it's not even about how long it takes them to repair. It takes them a few seconds, right? It's about going out there, the gas, the time, right? But yeah, I remember those gas lawnmowers, man. They were great. And then they started pushing electric everything here in California because, we have some of the highest emission rates. That's why everything's going hybrid. That's why everything is has gone more fuel efficient. California has always had, the strictest emission laws, not only in the country but practically in the world. So I'm not surprised, Queen. I'm not surprised to see that. I haven't heard it. I'll have to look it up, but I'm sure you're right. Gas lawnmowers being outlawed. What do you do if you currently own one? You have a trade-in program in mind, Mr. Newsom or Governor Newsom? Let's just call you Governor Newsom. Let's be nice. I'm surprised we still have 12 people here. Thank you for keeping it locked here. So 12 people that are here. If you're not blocked, feel free to chat and let me know what other topics would you like for me to discuss on these walking streams. I know there are a lot of people. Let me just wrap up by saying this. I'm on my way back to my car. I'll be there in less than 5 minutes. Let me just say this to some people that used to be a part of my channel and have realized that maybe they want to come back or participate in some capacity. If you want to send me an email regarding any topics you'd like me to discuss on these walking streams, let me know. I can even do it tomorrow. And if you're just joining us, please, if you missed the first part of the show, go back and watch the replay when it goes to a replay. Because like I said, the DVR is turned off for these streams, for all my streams. The rewind is turned off because I want people here live to engage. But go back and watch the first 10-15 minutes of the show because I shared the direction of where my content's headed on YouTube. And I may be even adding some more things I didn't mention today that I'll probably maybe more so mention tomorrow. I may be throwing up some more content on other platforms as well. So yeah, I know there are a lot of people that used to be a part of my channel and went a different direction. And now, a year or two later, you no longer want to stay where you were at, and you want to go back to the way things were. That's the best way I can put it, professionally, respectfully, maturely. I love that San Francisco Bay Trail sign and that public shore sign. I would love to see if I can order one of those, like for my place. I'd like to see if I can even just buy a couple of these. I would love to buy this sign here, San Francisco Bay Trail, because I've been on the Bay Trail all over the Bay, North Bay, East Bay, the Peninsula, and even parts of the South Bay. And like in Mountain View and that area, I've been on the Bay Trail over there. Speaking of which, maybe that's where I'll go do a stream one of these days from Mountain View, which is near the Google headquarters. Queen would love that. Maybe I'll just go walk around the Google headquarters. I've done the YouTube headquarters before. If I was broadcasting live outside the Google headquarters in Mountain View, California, the company that owns YouTube, I think Queen might get a little triggered. So, I don't know. All right, folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air in just a couple of minutes. It's been a nice walk today. Very nice walk. Go Giants tonight. Giants beat the Dodgers last night. 1-0. It's a great pitcher's duel. 1 run. You never want to go into Dodger Stadium playing the Dodgers and only having a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 9th, but Giants held them off. They're winning the best-of-5 series 2-1, and they might end up moving on to the next round after tonight. I'm going to record my video and then go enjoy the rest of the game. Queen says I will be watching Chucky on USA Network at 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, are they showing that? Are they showing the movie on USA? USA, Queen, is one of the best channels ever created. USA has always been owned by NBC and NBC Universal, and now Comcast owns NBC. But what a lot of people don't know is that USA Network was one of the first cable networks started by NBC. Now NBC has CNBC, MSNBC. They've got a ton. Everybody has tons of networks now. But yeah, USA has been around for the longest time. I used to watch a show on USA, which I'm going to be watching on the Peacock network now, which was started by Comcast, NBC, Comcast. They all own each other. Comcast owns them, right? Show I used to watch on USA, one of my first favorite drama shows. It was not even drama, like it was like a detective type of show. I love those shows. It was called Silk Stockings with a guy named Rob Estes and Mitzi Kaptur. Two very, very good-looking actors and actresses. I think that was in the it was in the 90s. It was in the 90s because it was before HD came out. And watching this show is in 4:3, which we're all used to watching things widescreen nowadays. So when we have to go back and watch something that's, cropped on the left and the right, like our old TVs, the box style, it's just kind of weird, right? But yeah, that was a great show. Silk Stockings basically was like the Miami Vice of the 90s, right? In the 80s, you had Miami Vice with Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas on the actual NBC network, right? And then in the 90s, that's when NBC's like, we're going to start putting all these shows on our cable channel and build our cable presence. USA has created some of the best original series ever. Just amazing. But anyway, all right, time to get out of here, folks. We are at 1 hour. Sorry, we're at 2 hours. We just hit 2 hours. Jesus, wow. 2 hours. I enjoyed it, folks. Look for the pre-recorded video later tonight. Part 1 of, the real reason why people are getting divorced nowadays, or something to that extent. I have the title at home. I've already made the thumbnail. But I'm going to record the content, pre-record it, break it up into 2 parts. Part 1 will be released later tonight. At some point tomorrow, Part 2 will be released. With that being said, have a good one. See you tomorrow from another walk. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.